Hello, my name's Robert Dean Steele, and today I want to share with you a little Facebook post that I came across, and it went like this. I never doubted that God got me through every hard moment of my life. You know, there's a wonderful scripture found in Matthew chapter 28, verse number 20, and Jesus said to his disciples as he was ascending back to the Father, he says, listen, I want you to know something. I'm never going to leave you or forsake you. Now, many of us have heard the poem or the written particular story that says like this: footprints in the sand, where you have the footprints. There are two sets of footprints, and then they go into one footprint. And the author and the poet says, well, is that when you abandoned me, God, and let me face this all on myself? God says, no, that's when I carried you. You know, Jesus gave us a wonderful invitation. In Matthew chapter 11:28, he says, come unto me, all you that are laboring and burdened down, and I will give you rest. He says, learn of me. He says, I am meek, and also as well, I am gentle. So when you know that you have someone who's both gentle and also as well is strong, then what you're going to do is you're going to rely on that individual. Let me give you an example. Let's say you have something wrong with your automobile and you can't fix it. So what do? You go to your local mechanic and you put your faith that he is going to be able to figure out what's wrong with your automobile, and then he's going to fix it. Well, it's the same way with the Lord in a greater sense, because we all have hard times. In fact, the Bible teaches that. I love the story of, for example, Jesus in the boat. Now, he's sleeping in the boat, and all of a sudden there's this great big huge storm that hits. And his disciples wake him up and say, hey, don't you care that we're about to perish? And Jesus looks at them and says, oh, okay. So he walks to the bow of the boat and he says to the storm, peace, be still. Instantaneously, the wind stops and the storm stops as well, and the waters begin to calm. And the disciples are going, whoa, who is this in the boat? Well, it's the same way in those storms of life. When we have Jesus in the boat, when we have the Lord in the boat, we're going to be okay. So remember that today. God's not going to forsake you. He's going to be with you in every situation. That's the beautiful thing. All things work together for good. Doesn't mean all things are good, but all things work together for good. So trust him. My name is Robert Dean Steele. You have yourself a great and godly day.